Awesome. So, um, welcome to our second in the series of our elements practice. And tonight's practice is focused on the element of fire. And like all the elements, they're so interrelated. And when I think about fire, of course, you can think about the other elements too, how they interact with fire, the air being able to fan the flames, and water being able to extinguish the flames, and even at the earth, the core of the earth that's surrounded just by this intense heat, as hot as the sun is. At the core of the earth, it's kind of amazing. Molten metal. So I thought it'd be good to start this practice tonight with a quote by Thomas Lloyd Quails, a writer, who says, "Fire is the voice of God speaking in tongues. Fire is the liberator of water, slipping the earthly bonds. Fire is the memory of stone being released to the heavens. Fire is the mother of earth, born of desire. Fire is the seducer of wind, dancing in abandon for its beloved. Fire is the illuminator, the protector, the destroyer, and the giver of life." So as we settle into our seat tonight, closing our eyes, allowing us to experience darkness if that's comfortable. Knowing that fire is actually the element that allows us to see in the dark. So as we sit in our practice tonight, perhaps you can experience moments of light, even in the darkness. Noticing your breath. Feeling the weight of your body, connecting with the earth below us. Just allowing yourself to settle. Perhaps noticing the temperature and the space around you. Fire is the element that allows us to feel warmth, to be warm. Just noticing any connection to warmth, temperature, perhaps in the space. Feel of one hand folded against the other. Just noticing as the breath enters through your nostrils this evening. Perhaps the coolness of the breath as it touches the outside of your nostrils, but as it enters in your body, immediately warming up. Can't even imagine at the base of your diaphragm this evening, the core of your body, glowing flame. You can visualize it or feel it. Actually, a spot that usually is very warm for us. Perhaps sensing as you breathe in, being able to fan the flames of your own core. Every breath that comes in, the heat of the core increases. As you breathe out, feeling the warmth. Just sensing also how this may spread throughout your body, throughout the inner cavity. Growing sense of warmth. Just growing with each breath. And even perhaps being able to connect to this molten metal that surrounds the core of the earth. A core that is as hot as the sun is. Being able to draw that into your body. You receive through the connection that you have. And also imagine with each breath in from that core, this fire, this heat can continue to grow within. We can associate the element of fire with our own passion, or internal energy that actually feeds on itself. Anytime over that your mind can wander, so just bringing yourself back to this space. You may sense in your own body as you begin to scan in the dark where passion may arise, what that means to you. perhaps not clinging onto the word, but sensing the feeling of passion, where that may live. Perhaps it's in your heart, your gut. As you breathe in to fan this internal flame, perhaps even imagining spreading that passion, that internal energy, to somewhere that may need this support. Perhaps providing a warmth or a light. Just noticing what you notice. Allowing an internal fire to spread, this passion, this sense of burning with desire to the parts of you that may need that the most. Breathing into that space. Noticing the sounds that you hear. Is there a crackling? The sound of fire. Now consider for a moment the flip side of passion. Perhaps a passion that's so intense that it can consume us, just the way that fire consumes whatever in its way. Whether you want to visualize a ball of fire, perhaps in front of you or in your gut, noticing the flames, the color, movement. Perhaps you can consider something that is consuming you. Something that may feel like it burns at time, consumes without asking. Just seeing if you can be okay with that, to connect with the feeling of being consumed by, with whatever it is. Could be a sense of guilt or shame or feeling of not being enough, whatever it may be for you. Just allowing it to rise. If it's difficult to sit with that, perhaps just back down a little bit. Just with each breath, perhaps, as the breath can fan the flame, what consumes us, perhaps allowing it to transform. Perhaps our challenges can be considered in new ways. Showing us a light. Noticing what you notice. Now imagine whatever it is that you're sitting with, to actually be able to allow the intensity of the heat or the fire perhaps itself consume what's consuming us. Almost as if you can extinguish just allow it to burn itself out. Perhaps expanding with each exhale. Allowing whatever you don't need to just leave. Allowing the fire to do what it does best. Just allowing this internal flame to slowly be extinguished. Breathe it in. Breathing out. Noticing the darkness inside and the darkness outside your body. As far away as you can imagine in the darkness in the sky and the heavens. There's small, distant balls of fire. Billions and billions of stars. Distant energy. David White said, sometimes everything has to be inscribed across the heavens so you can find the one line already written inside of you. Sometimes it takes a great sky to find that first bright an indescribable wedge of freedom in your own heart. Sometimes with the bones of the black sticks left behind when the fire has gone out, someone has written something new in the ashes of your life. You are not leaving, even as the light quickly fades. Now you are arriving. As we begin to bring our practice to a close this evening, just embracing this internal warmth and energy, and notice any transformation in your own practice this evening. Bringing any movement to your body. Noticing any change in temperature. Noticing what you see. And opening your eyes as that feels comfortable, and you joining us in the Sangha.